BodyBags, where horror lies.
Hey, I'm Sam, I'm your thirsty guy for BodyBags, and this week, the end is nigh. And so the movie I picked for the Burrowers. And this movie was pretty interesting. You know, it's the Wild West. In the late 1800s, around, I think it's 1876, could be wrong. These farms and these, homes and stuff that are out there, you know, the families and stuff are either going missing or getting killed, and it's kind of like, is it a killer, is it the Indians, is it, you know, blah, blah, blah. And what you end up finding out throughout the movie is that there's these monsters that have lived there, you know, out in the middle, you know, in the Wild West for like centuries upon centuries, like before the Europeans were there, possibly before the humans were there. And, you know, spoiler alert, right? Skip like 10 seconds or 10, 20 seconds or whatever. The reason why they're eating humans now is because the Europeans killed all the buffalo, and that was what the monsters ate. So, you know, next up in line, right? Which, you know, historically, that's like, that actually kind of makes sense. If there were monsters out there and they ate the buffalo, it makes sense to be a movie. And I thought it was a little funny. You know, not like, not like I'm about to die laughing, but like, that's interesting. Anyways, I really like this movie. This movie is definitely, well, not definitely, but it gives me kind of like, not the Void vibes, but it gives me like, what was it called? It gives me this, sorry. This movie I'm thinking, The Boogans. It kind of gives me the Boogans vibes. It's a little different, of course, but, you know, nonetheless, right? It kind of reminds me of The Boogans. You have these creatures, and they look, whew, kind of scary. You don't want to mess with these guys, because, whew, and how they, you know, how they eat people and kill people is like, whew, ooh, I'd hate to be that person, because it's quite awful. You know, how it happens in the movie and stuff. I don't think, I could be completely wrong, I don't think there's any big name guys here. The music was done by Joseph LaDuca, which sounds very familiar. I can't remember what he did, but I remember hearing that name before, and I think it was something newer. But listening to the music in this, it kind of reminded me of the music from The Cursed, that new werewolf movie, you know, the 21 or 22 werewolf movie. Similar music, and it's, you know, funny. One's a Wild West movie, and the other's I'm pretty sure, a British/European movie. Actually, more European. Anyways, point. Burrowers. This movie right here. It's pretty good. I would say you should definitely check it out. If you wanted to, right? If there was anything about this movie that I didn't like, I don't know, there's nothing really that I, you know, didn't like or hate about the movie. I mean, like, in every single movie, you always have that character, those characters are like, okay, guy, okay, prick, or okay, you know, whatever. But that's kind of like the whole point, you know, you have some characters to have some different situations, to have, you know, maybe not different perspectives, but like, you know, a obstacle of sorts to kind of, you know, manage around or go around or, you know, whatever. But at the end of the day, you know, just in general, I didn't really think there was anything bad about this movie. If anything, I don't know. There's nothing I could go and just be like, ha 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 ha. I mean, I guess the movie's about like an hour and 40 minutes. So it is a little long, but it didn't really feel long. So that was interesting. It didn't really feel long. I don't know. Maybe it's just me though. Could just be me. But anyway, I'm Sam. I'm your Thursday guy for BodyBags. I did the Burrowers, and not only was it for the end of the Nigh, but if I had to rate this movie right now, I'd probably give this movie like a 7.2. I mean, like, this movie's not bad. And here's the thing. It's not a movie I would go and watch again, not because it's bad, but I guess if there was anything bad or wrong about the movie, replayability. And, you know, whenever you hear that, it's like a video game term. Like, if you can go back to a game over and over and over and over again. So, you know, for a movie, it'd be like putting the same movie on over and over and over again, whether you're actually watching it, falling asleep to it, or just having it on in the background. For me, movies like The Thing from Another World, The Thing, Army of Darkness, some of that stuff are kind of like replayable movies where, like, you know, I could just put it on in the background and, you know, I already know what's going to happen, you know, or I could lip sync it. But yeah, I mean, this movie's not really that kind of movie, but it is still, it's still really good. So I guess, yeah, 7.2. With the only real problem being putting it on that second time. I mean, here's the thing. I put it on the first time. The first time I tried to put it on, I fell asleep at different points. And, like, it was the middle of the movie, and I was like, dude, I'm just turning it off. I'm not restarting it or anything. Then I put it on the next day and watched it all, and it's like, okay, yeah. But, anyways, end of the day, it's a pretty solid movie. Not a lot of problems with it. I guess the only real problem is that, you know, it's not the kind of movie that you would go and put on and watch over and over and over and over and over again. But it is a movie that you might put on every once in a while and, you know, check it out and stuff. But, anyways, very interesting movie. Anyways, I'm Sam. I'm your Thursday guy for BodyBags. I gave this movie a 7.2, and, I'll see you next week. Goodbye.